Every now and then, I get a hetero-horny dream, and I don't know what to do about it. Every now and then, I think that buy turbos are better than variable geometry single turbos. Every now and then, I eat half of a watermelon and give myself diarrhea on purpose. Why can't I find a man to hug and kiss? All I find is flat-brimmed bros and budget turbos venting to atmosphere at me. So I vent back. And my load is bigger and louder. I'm building boost and beating off at 11 a.m. because I'm a YouTube star in a tuned, lowered 2007 BMW 335i E92. Take this off my hands, please. Just win this car before I make an ass of myself. This is my car for the month. Go to whynotYouGear.com, buy a mug or digital download, and get entered to win this machine. Someone is going home with this beautiful example of mid-2000s performance, brought into 2022 style with this striking yet minimalist sky blue wrap.
I want to thank everybody who responded so well to these giveaways that we're doing, because what you're allowing regular car reviews to do is to, yes, I know, thank you very much, is allow us to go out and have adventures and more road trips. Of course, Australia is number one. Australia gets priority, but I'm not opposed to doing more road trips around the Northeast as well, which you will see. And speaking of which, here comes the N54 and here comes twin turbochargers.
The original color under the wrap is what BMW called Monaco Blue Metallic, which is really just navy blue, a very dark, high contrast, serious, I'm a lieutenant junior grade now, and all you ensigns are below me. I want to see you saluting with both hands. I'm not the bad machine. Look at me with the O2. I'm pretty much a captain. So, no, we're not going to have a navy blue color, because wraps rule. Normalize happy colors. E92s were happy cars. They want to play. They want to party. Why have a cream beige Dakota leather interior? So you can bust and keep driving.
Bust and keep driving. Bust and keep driving.
Whoever bought this E92 in 2007 also paid for the premium package, which got you an integrated garage door opener, a digital compass in the rearview mirror, because I know where I'm going. GPS? No, I navigate by the stars like the one time I'll take the Northwest Passage and find the hand of Franklin reaching down the front of my pants. Auto-dimming mirrors all around. Ow, my lumbar support, and whatever BMW Assist was. Suggested retail price in 2007 was $45,350, and adjusted for inflation to 2022, this is $63,234. This small two-door coupe in 2007 cost as much as a full-size truck. Reaching the back seats on these E90 series cars is like crawling up a tube slide as an adult. You make noises like Larry David trying to get out of a comfy chair. BMW tried to ease the squirming by making an electric serve you the seatbelt droid arms come out, which don't work. They miss the seatbelt half the time, so when it's time to grab your seatbelt, you're greeted by a Tyrannosaurus claw holding nothing.
I'm not even halfway up the rev range.
But when you get on boost, all is forgiven.
When we get moving, we were both going to pass this car in front. And then when I say so, you will have unrestricted climb. You can go for it. Passing the car now. Ready, go for it.
My foot is on the floor. Oh, there she kicked down finally. Here I come again, all over my Nautica shorts. My girlfriend's name is Tanya, and her job is talking in a squeaky voice and directing your call to voicemail at Goldberg and Associates. She'll work there until age 28, suffer a paralyzing quarter-life crisis, demand a baby from whomever boyfriend is weakest, and raise said child to become a solid C student. These wheels are powder-coated, and the roof is wrapped black to draw attention away from the moonroof. The BMW 335i Coupe. Hate goes hand in hand with success. There you go, BMW. A free ad line for your next full-page spread in Concave Butts Quarterly. We've talked plenty of times about the kind of vitriol BMW drivers get. And I get it as I drive this car around. And you can look up any number of studies that talk about how BMW drivers are less likely to obey traffic laws, or how they're more likely to hog the left lane, or whatever the hell people are saying. But look, that's everybody. Have you looked at Nissan Altima drivers lately? Even good drivers are out here embarrassing themselves like a photo op at a corporate picnic. Okay, now let's take a silly one. No. You take a silly one. Release me from my contract or our next conversation is going to be through legal. Give anybody a long enough life on the road and we'll all exhibit BMW behavior, even if we're rolling around in Nissan Altimas, God forbid. In its own time, the 335i Coupe was a 3 Series gateway drug, getting you in the door on luxury performance without putting you in 6 figures deep to accessory after the fact credit union. It's the official car of a businessman whose comfort blanket is the personal mythology he maintains. He leaves his dad out of the self-made man narrative, leaves his uncle's inheritance out of the story about buying his first house at 22, and prunes every memory of his joke-telling abilities to just before the polite laughter stops. He owns a BMW. And in this way, he's safe, enshrouded in the luxury cocoon of manifest excellence. The E92 335i's are rolling odes to cultural politics, prompting us to examine the behavior and ideology a car like this promotes, through the interplay between the individual and their culture. Because you don't really have to be in tuner culture to appreciate what's on offer here. It's a car that will take you on a bigger power trip than a new Reddit mod. And while it was big money in 2007, it's now depreciated to match the appeal of a much younger crowd. It's a tuner bro with a touch of refinement and performance that's ready to throw hands. It's not a classic yet, but it will be. Do you notice any multifunction display screens in here? No touch screens. None of this Kia combining their radio controls and HVAC into the same capacitive touch panel. The interior is just nice. As much as I make fun of that little Tyrannosaurus arm, everything in here it's nice. Anyway, the engine. It's the 3-liter double overhead cam 24-valve N54 B30 straight 6. 2 turbochargers. I know I made the mistake with the past one that we did. I said it was, I got this one and that one. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. The original one we did was a single, and this came before. This is when they were making the twin turbos. That it sounds so fun to say. Anyway, it has an aluminum block, direct fuel injection with P0? Sounds like a pizza. Something injectors. And Dr. Vanos, steplessly variable valve timing. It's part of the N54 engine family that car and driver praise for having only small amounts of turbo lag. Again, 2 tiny turbos. They don't lag hardly at all. Anyway, while also coming across as something that could pass for naturally aspirated. Not really, not anymore. Like, oh, no, everybody knows this is a turbo. You hear those things sing. I guess it's because there's not a lot of lag to say, oh, it feels like a big V8. Clearly, there's turbos going on here. Anyway, 5-link rear suspension, double pivot type front suspension with aluminum components, twin tube gas pressure stock absorbers, engine speed sensitive variable assist power steering, and 4-wheeled ventilated anti-lock disc brakes with adaptive braking lights. It's the best example of, is it the best example of the 3 Series? Well, no, it's not an M car. but it does a good job of showing why people like these cars so much. Now, these things originally made 302 horsepower at 5,800 RPM and peak torque of 295 pound-feet of torque at 1,300 RPM. Again, a lot of torque at low RPM. Thank twin turbos. But now I don't know what it's making, because nothing says the severance check just hit direct deposit like a BMW that's turned up and ready to fertilize. And it has a very loud blow-off valve. So while I don't know conclusively what type of beefaroni tune the previous owner put in this thing, I do know it'll tear a hole through the fabric of every awkward interaction on the highway. I'm being such a BMW guy with the blow-off valve. I told myself I wouldn't do this, and I do it every drive.
So this is what I do all the time. Literally, it's hard not to do it. When you just load the turbos up, and then I am that guy.
I see someone in the slow lane with their windows down. Oh, I'm building boost in the fast lane. And where am I letting it off? Immediately when I pass his driver's window. Psh, regale me with your vision. Stare into my blue excess. I am excellent. I am aroused. Like all BMWs, limited top speed of 155 miles an hour. No, I have not tested that. And it gets from 0 to 62 in 5.5 seconds. I'm pretty sure that's lower now. Fuel economy hovers around 19 city, 28 highway. I think I managed 30 in this thing. Tuner culture is characterized by what's known as the Hawthorne effect. The notion in psychology that performance is increased when you're being observed by researchers. Knowing you're part of an experiment runs the risk of changing your behavior within the experiment. And by the same token, if you plan on tuning a car for the sole purpose of flexing for the community, you're going to go bigger than if you just plan to do something for your own personal enjoyment and needs. Or the versatility to just say, you know what, I'm not changing a thing. I don't need to. Yes, there are better cars. Hell, there are probably better cars for tuning purposes. But this is an ideal intersection between versatility and value. I would think a BMW is going to depreciate a lot slower than an Impreza, but even if it doesn't hold value like an algebra equation, at least with a 335i, you know what you're getting. But you also know what you're capable of turning it into. Now, for as low as this E92 sits, it takes Pennsylvania rocks pretty well. I think it's down to these plumper tires doing most of the work. Props to the builder for going for more rubber than more wheel. But uh-oh, the box said 10 horsepower. As I reflect on these twin turbochargers, they do a very good job of being quiet. This car is quiet and comfortable when it needs to be, as well as fast. I can, with great effort, drive politely, and passengers will say, oh wow, this is a really nice car. And while I've been singing these twin turbo praises this entire review, I must concede that it runs into a bit of limitation with short shifting, because now partly because the last thing we gave away was a 5-liter American V8 that pulls in any gear. That thing, I would just go first, third, sixth. Who cares? It just goes away. Can't do this. Displacement in this, even with turbochargers, it still matters. This is a 3-liter inline 6. I still have to downshift for hills. But those two cars were completely different driving styles. The E92s did a great job of balancing respectfulness in regards to, your morning commute and other drivers on the road, and being able to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde way into being a complete monster when the emotion pulls you, we'll say. And someone's going to get to experience this car. Someone's going to get to use this as a daily, if they choose to. Someone's going to win this E92. Go to whynotyogear.com, buy a mug or digital download, and get ready to enjoy your own twin turbo sounds all day long.